And if there was an action like Q in there, like Manfred would say, that I would say that's okay to go. Welcome to the Voice of the People TV. It's a time for me to give you sports news. This is the Sport Right Show. My name is Kizike. Now the final, let's talk about this one now. It looks very, very lengthy. But I need to bring it now. The final draw for the 23 African Cup of Nations AFCON will be staged in Abidjan, Cote d'Ivoire on Thursday, October 12. The draw ceremony will broadcast live on CAF YouTube channel and CAF Global TV event. The event to be beamed in over 50 countries. We'll be hosting this at the Parc des Expositions in Abidjan, one of the most iconic and impressive buildings in Cote d'Ivoire economic hub. The final draw is a major milestone to the kickoff of the Cote d'Ivoire 2023, and we'll see 24 participating members our session discover their fate to the group stage of the competition. Moving on, the final tournament will kick off on January 13, 2024, and the final game scheduled for February 11, 2024. On Tuesday, CAF will start revealing some key individuals involved during the final draw, including draw host, draw assistant, and notable musical and cultural performance. Now, CAF, the body governing African football and the host nation, Cote d'Ivoire, have been working together to produce a world-class event for the final draw. That's a good one for a country like Ivory Coast. I want to say this, it looks very good to share the story with you because I can't wait. I'm really anticipating to see what comes to play right there in Ivory Coast. And if you say, Cote d'Ivoire, you'll still not be wrong to say that. Now, still on the local news, the Nigerian Football Federation, NFF, Federation of International Football Association, FIFA, and Barcelona have sent birthday greetings to Super Falcons star Zida Bashola, who turned 29 on Monday. The NFF signed this greeting via the X handle. Happy birthday, and it says at NJ Super Falcons forward. That's for, Oshola. I'm liking to talk about Oshola, who is the 5-time African Women Player of the Year at Assistant. Oshola, this one says all the best today and always to Oshola. Now, FIFA celebrated Oshola's birthday with photos of her 3 goals at the 3 World Cup. She has participated in the caption as Oshola scoring at the FIFA World Cup. That's the Women's World Cup. So it says hashtag FIFA WWC, and that's for Zida Oshola. On their past, Barcelona wrote on their women X handle Oshola at GLC_Spain. Oshola is the reigning African Player of the Year, and has won the award 5 times. She helped Nigeria win a Women's African Cup of Nations AFCON in 2014, 2016, and 2018, respectively. Also, she has won the Spanish Women's League and the UEFA Women's Champions League with Barcelona. The former Liverpool and Arsenal striker is in the running for the 2023 Ballon d'Or award, and that's for Aziza Oshola. Come with me, let's talk about tennis right now. Shanghai Masters top seed Carlos Alcaraz fought through what he called one of the toughest matches this year to make the tournament final 16 on Monday, beating Britain Daniel Evans 7-6, 7-1, 6-4. The Spanish international is the only one of the tournament top 4 seeds, left after Stefanos Tsitsipas of Greece crashed out on the late night match to France. That was France Hugo Hubert 6-4, 3-6, 7-5. Alcaraz's nearly 2.5-hour match was ferociously physical with the 33rd ranked Evans giving as good as he got, leading at one point by 3 games in the first set. But over the course of prolonged and sometimes scrappy rallies that left spectators gasping and groaning, the world number 2 gradually assumed control, comprehensively winning the first set tiebreaker. Carlos Alcaraz will now play down Bulgarian breaker Dimitrov, who earlier overcame a torrential downpour and well-matched opponent in the Russian Karen Khachanov to win 7-6, 6-4, you could say 8-6. And that's for, Carlos Alcaraz. But still in the world of tennis again, you need to know this one second seeded and defending champion Daniel Medvedev was upset by 26th-ranked Sebastian Korda on Sunday. And third seed Holger Rune was taken out of a round later. And Greg Tsitsipas joined them in the early hours of Tuesday after a match in which the 25-year-old have, never really seemed to be finding his consistent form in that one. Before I talk about Formula 1, let me quickly talk about this young man. I would call his name over time if time permits me. His name is Carlos Alcaraz. He is an international Spanish player. He is 20, and his age doesn't really determine his game. He is I can't call him the next Brighton. I could call them the recent, because over time now we could say we know about the Serbian international, Novak Djokovic, Rafael Nadal, Roger Federer, all of these guys have come to stay, But the man on top of the log has been the international, Serbian international man. Like I call international all the time because he's absolutely an international game player. He knows the court very well. I'm talking about Djokovic, but away from him, I'm talking about Carlos Alcaraz now. He is one man who knows that I am young and I need to achieve. And if I want to achieve, I need to start achieving now because there's no better time than now. Let's talk about Formula One on the show right now, where Formula One drivers on Sunday declared the Qatar Grand Prix as the toughest physical test of their careers. I'm calling for a review of its October date in the calendar after grueling race that saw, several vomiting in their helmet and some taken to medical centers afterward. American Logan Sargent of Williams retired after 40 laps after complaining that he felt too sick to continue suffering severe dehydration and having vomited. His team chief, James Wallace, that's the name, said he felt a responsibility for his driver's health and advised him to retire. Frenchman Esteban Ocon completed the full race, this time in 7th place for Alpine, and also afterwards he said he had thrown up on lap 15 and 16 and felt ill, but had managed to refocus mentally and continue. He said he had to try to cool down by diverting airflow to his face and body with his hands while racing on the straight. Ferrari Charles Leclerc also, who finished 5th, said that this was the toughest race of my career, and I think it's the same for all of us. Next year's Qatar event is scheduled like the 2022 Football World Cup for December. This is not a good news. It's not a good news for the Formula One guys. I know I didn't see that on my mobile before I came on air, before I came live. I saw it and it got me laughing. I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to make mockery of this guy, of the Qataris now. But I'm just saying, you just go for a tournament and you expect to be, I think the motto for me have always been hope for the best and prepare for the worst. But you go for a tournament and you're hoping, anticipating to see a very wonderful atmosphere, and it feels like the reverse seems to be the case, and you don't feel cool with that. So even Charles Leclerc, who have been in the Formula One race for a long time, can confirm this. I would say that's just what it is. Now let's move into this one. Tiger Woods in the news. 15-time major champion is hitting golf shots again after undergoing ankle surgery, and that has fans hopeful that the 15-time major winner might return to competition soon. I'm talking about golf on the show now. I shot the video clip of Woods hitting a wedge of the hay par 3 course at Babel Beach that helped redesign was posted on Woods' social media account late Saturday. Woods got into the act while his DGR Junior Invitational was being played at the California resort, with the video being the first of Woods hitting any golf shot since he had a right ankle fusion after withdrawing from the Masters. However, moving on, Woods, who turned 48 in December, also shared for the 5th at Rivera last February in his only other start this year. Severe leg injuries from 2021 car crash have limited the ability of Tiger Woods to play any sort of full-time PGA Tour scheduled now. While Woods have not revealed any plans for another comeback, his Hero World Challenge invitation is set for December in the Bahamas, and he has made past returns here. Also in December is the PNC Championship, a parent-child event where Woods has played in the past alongside son Charlie. Woods, who has been seen serving as security for Charlie, could use a card in the event. Other hopes to see Woods in charge of the next U.S. Ryder Cup squad. Last Saturday, last Thursday, 2-time U.S. Ryder Cup captain Davis Love said Tiger Woods was the next logical choice for the job. And that's for golf. Now, what's your take on Tiger Woods? He knows, I think this thing happened to this man who played this game. We know about tennis. Serena Williams, legendary in the game. Venus Williams, all of these ones are top-notch personalities in the world of tennis. But I'm not trying to deviate from the golf world. Now, I'm just trying to liken the Tiger Woods, Charlie, the son, and also the Serena. I did see that on my phone the other time, where Serena Williams' daughter was trying to do a play on the court. So she wants to be like mommy, and that's just what it is. Now, for Tiger Woods and Charlie, Tiger Woods, we know about how God rescued his life from that car crash accident, and it came out very okay. And that's okay, because right now Tiger Woods is making a return fully, but not okay, let me not say fully, just for a while, no. But we are yet to know if he's going to be staying more on the world of golf, but you can't take away the 15-time major champion accolades and glory that comes to his name. His name again is Tiger Woods, just in case you need to know. That was the world of golf. Now let's talk about football. When I talk golf, don't mind me, I always sound on the par, because that's what you get to see, on the par. It's not like the hat-trick and the goals. You talk about football. Now, coming in Lagos City and beyond, this is football time, where Barcelona injury crisis deepens as Jules Koundé has been rolled out of the team's El Clasico clash against Real Madrid on October 28th at the Estadio Olympic Luis Camp Nou for Barcelona. Koundé sustained an injury and Barcelona stood a draw against Granada on Sunday, October 7th at the Los Cármenes. Koundé was forced off the pitch in the 44th minute after sustaining an injury. He was replaced by Ronald Araujo. Koundé's injury diagnosis has been revealed to be sprain in the internal lateral ligament in the left knee, according to the team X-handle. He will be out of action for a period of 5 weeks. Aside Real Madrid game, the 24-year-old is expected to miss a Liga fixture against Athletic Club, Real Sociedad, the UEFA Champions League doubleheader against Shakhtar Donetsk of Ukraine, and also he could miss the La Liga clash with Alaves. He has already pulled out of the Les Blues. Talk about the Blues, the France national squad to face Holland and Scotland in Europe 2024 qualifiers. He's now sidelined with an injury alongside Polish striker Robert Lewandowski and Netherlands midfielder Frankie de Jong. Barcelona currently 3rd place on the La Liga table with 21 points after 9 games. They will face Athletic Club on Sunday, October 22 at the Stadio Olympic Luis Company, and that's a blow for the side. Take it or leave it, Barcelona would hear it hot. But no disrespect to the Barcelona side, you know. I want to say that Carlo Ancelotti also should take some credit, you know why? Because he's doing something amazingly well for the Real Madrid side. The Madrid side I've seen growing up, you know, I could say this is one of the first time in a long time I've seen a Madrid squad that doesn't have the depth. No, but with Ancelotti, it feels to be making everything all right. But for Barcelona, I think the blow is so much. More of those guys are really out. The likes of Frankie, who plays an integral part of the team. You know, Lewandowski, the top man, the top scorer, the prolific international Poland player. All of those guys not being involved. That's a yardstick for, you know, for Real Madrid to climb on top of that day. But it's football, you know. I would say you just don't know when it hits you, just like the magic of the game would go. Now, away from that, let's talk about Juventus. Paulo Dybala, ex-former Juventus player who plays for Roma now, is set for a month on the sideline after Roma revealed on Monday that the Argentine international forward has suffered a knee ligament injury during his team 4-1 win over Cagliari, and also Dybala left the field in tears on Sunday following the heavy challenge from Matteo Pirati, sparkling fears that Roma talisman could be out until New Year. However, Roma said in a short statement that test on Monday revealed a sprain to the medial collateral ligament in his left knee and added to our AFP that he would be out for around 4 weeks. Dybala is likely to miss Roma trade to Inter Milan in October 29 and also should be back in action for the Rome side derby with Lazio 2 weeks later. Roma currently sit 10th in the Serie A on 11 points after an inconsistent start in the season, which led to speculation that Jose Mourinho, the coach, might be sacked. Before I talk about Mikel Obi advising Osimhen, let me talk about this now. Roma, what's really going on Roma's talk? I saw an ultimatum that was given to Mourinho, and they said if you don't win your match, you will be fired against Cagliari. And this is one of the first time in a long time I've seen Mourinho struggling from a game on the time. And I wonder what would have been the story if Roma had fired Mourinho if he had lost to Cagliari. They got the result away. One man is making history for himself right there, the Belgian international, Congolese by born, Romelu Lukaku. You know, but with Dybala going on injury for a long time, possibly returning for the new year, it's a bad one. I would say it's a very bad blow for Roma, and I don't know how Mourinho will be taking this. But let's talk about still on football stories where Nigeria international, like a real record now and real. You can only be real when you are real, if you know. Now, former international Mikel Obi has advised Super Eagles striker Victor Osimhen to choose Chelsea ahead of Manchester United. Mikel, who was part of the Super Eagles squad that lifted the 2013 African Cup of Nations in South Africa, made this known in the latest episode of the Obi-Wan podcast. I can't talk about 2013 to jump like that of blessed memory. Stephen Keshi, rest in peace, is all I can say at this point. He is the manager that took us to the AFCON tournament in 2013, but right now we sing his praise. Rest in peace against Stephen Keshi, the Super Eagles captain for 1994 World Cup on the Western half. I could say that again. Now, moving on, the former Chelsea star noted that Osimhen will excel in as a Chelsea player if he joins the Blues next summer. I think Victor Osimhen does a slot seemingly into the Premier League. He got the tools to be a success in England, Mikel said in the latest episode of the Obi-Wan podcast. And Mikel Obi's advising. I think the question is, if you're a Nigerian watching me now and I say you're to make a choice for, you know, Victor Osimhen, where do you want to advise the Nigerian international striker to go? If you're leaving Papa, if you're leaving the Napoli side, if you're leaving the team where you won the Scudetto and counting for 33 years, they've cried for it. And what would be your advice to Victor Osimhen? We did see him, or not just him, on the club side, turn down offers from Al Hilal in Saudi Pro League and never made a move. But John Mikel Obi is optimistic, saying, I am a Nigerian, I've been at Chelsea, it's a club I love you to play for. I know you've got Man United in the back of your mind, but I would advise you, please, go and join Chelsea come January. But with Osimhen leave, it is a story for another day. Now, let's talk about one man while we talk about Nigerian guys who are really Nigerian players, better word, who are making waves, putting the story, putting the songs in our list. We call all these guys on. We never stop talking about them. Bayer Leverkusen manager Xabi Alonso has revealed he followed Victor Boniface for around 1 year. Boniface caught up the eye of Bayer Leverkusen technical crew when his former club Onion St. Galles of Belgian side faced at Welkels in the UEFA Europa League clash last season. The Bundesliga side paid around 20 million to sign, and that was 20 million euro to sign the Nigerian international this summer. The investment has so far yielded positive return as the striker has scored on a consistent basis for his new club. Boniface has so far registered 7 goals in 7 league games, 7 league outings for Bayer Leverkusen. The forward has also scored 9 goals and 10 appearances for Leverkusen. He won the Bundesliga Player of the Month award for August. The former Bodo Glimt player also scooped the Rookie Award for the Month prize, and he is still in contention to be nominated for that award. If it was a pigeon show, I would call him Oga Bonny. That's just what it is. I'm in love with Boniface at the time. It's just what it is. He's just a player you just need to look out for. He's got the potentials. I'm not surprised to see him flying on all cylinders for the Bayer Leverkusen side. You know one thing about Leverkusen before I leave that? Leverkusen should take an accolade. The manager is sensational, outstanding, masterclass manager, Xabi Alonso, the Spanish international, learning from the best manager, one of the best, Pep Guardiola, and right now still involved in the game. He has seen, or we've better seen, a transition at Bayer Leverkusen. Do you know what's going on now? 7 wins, and the only draw they got was against arch rivals Bayern Munich under Thomas Tuchel. Now, moving on the show now, let's talk about the Football Association of England. Let me do a freestyle before I go into detail of this. The question is, do we have managers, does a club manager have a right to say no to a country side when a player is being injured? We know Bukayo Saka missed the game right there at Emirates, where Arsenal for 8 years got a first victory against Manchester City. It was about Mikel Arteta on the side, you know. But now he got injured. Saka was not involved in the game. The FA of the English national team are saying Saka needs to return to be assessed. And Mikel Arteta is saying, no, come on. You can't have a player. He's injured. He needs to be in the camp. He can't be Coney. He can't be in the Coney training ground. He's injured. And the FA is saying, no, we won't have a Saka return and have his, medical assessment. And we did see that happen. Now, let's go on the story there. The Football Association FA is expecting Arsene Wenger, Bukayo Saka to report to the English national team ahead of the Three Lions' upcoming international friendly match against Euro 24 qualifying game despite his injury situation. But Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta insists the player is unavailable. The 22-year-old missed out of Ghana's 1-0 victory at Man City on Sunday through injury he sustained in the UEFA Champions League clash, and that's a loss to RC Lens on Tuesday. Saka record-breaking streak of 87 successive Premier League outing came to an end when he was left out of Arsenal team for the decisive triumph over defending champion Manchester City. When asked later if Saka would travel with the national team, Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta responded, no, he couldn't make it. He hasn't had a single training session. He is still out. He's not available to play football at the moment. According to reports, the FA was still anticipating Saka to report to St. George Park on Monday morning to be examined by the national team and medical personnel before the Euro 24 qualifying match against Italy next week Tuesday at Wembley. Gareth Southgate side team will be hosting Australia on Friday night, October 13th in the friendly. Arsenal are looking to let Saka take a break during the international break, hoping he will regain full fitness before the face London rivals Chelsea at Stamford Bridge on Saturday, October 21st. However, the forward has equally developed into an important player for England who wish to have him available at least for the next match against Italy. And that's just where I just might be ending the show. But for Bukayo Saka, arguably one of the best players of all time, you want to give this guy, not of all time, I beg your pardon, for Arsenal at the moment, sorry. No disrespect to those legends who have lived up to the game. Now, Saka is injured. You just can imagine our club side and the country are having a depth talk for a player who is injured. He's a vital player for Arsenal, we know that. But for Gareth Southgate, if Saka happens to be in his team, then you would say they've got the edge, or they have the yardstick to go triumph over any team. But they have to do without Saka right now. I did see a post again on social media on Arsenal page where he was being celebrated by the fans, and it was about Bukayo, they sing his name. I'm not trying to talk more about Saka because I know Saka well or because I love Saka, but because it's about real record now and real. He's just 22, and look at his achievement over time. Look at his gameplay. 87 games running that just got broken. I felt he should have made it 100 or 100, better word. But Saka right now is injured, and at the moment, he cannot play football for any of the sides. So neither is he going to make it to the move, making the move to England national team. But was he really assessed? Yes, he made a move. He's been assessed, and he's deemed injured, and he can't be part of the Southgate team. And also Arsenal would have to wait to see Saka return back to his feet again. But that was a good one for Arsenal. Congratulations to every Arsenal fan all over the world for that win. 8 years counting, and you won Pep Guardiola. That's Mikel Arteta. That win now means Mikel Arteta have won every 24 team that he has played in the Premier League, and that's a very, very wonderful story to be talked about. But thank you so much. It is on this note that I have to be signing out right here on Voice of the People TV. I remain your host, and my name is Kizzy K. I love to say this before I call it a wrap, that if you're not doing it right, you are definitely doing it wrong. Stay here, don't go anywhere. More interesting programs coming your way. For now, I'm signing out. My name is Kizzy K. Peace.